exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the San Francisco 49ers Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on Madden 22. If you guys missed the last episode, it was the Super Bowl, and we absolutely dominated. Absolutely dominated the Houston Texans. Go back and watch that video if you want to. This episode is the off season. Everybody loves a good off season video, and here we go. We got to get it started. Let's take a look at the season recap. If you guys are excited for this episode, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. It's completely free if you subscribe. The only thing you have to pay is your eternal soul. Tony Gonzalez wins the Super Bowl MVP, and fair play to him because he had 5 receiving touchdowns, tied for the record of most receiving touchdowns in a single game. Michael Vick wins MVP of the league. Kyle Shanahan, our coach, wins Coach of the Year. Vick wins Offensive Player of the Year. Bruce Smith wins Defensive Player of the Year. Trent Green is Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Trent Cole, so both the Trents, win Rookie of the Year. Back-to-back Super Bowl champs for your boys. It's time to move towards the next period, which is free agency, which everybody loves. Free agency. Although we get to take a look at the mock draft, see where we're drafting, see who we're possibly drafting. I know we haven't done a lot of look at the rookies this season, but I mean, you guys know who the rookies are. It's just the second part of the draft class that I made, so the rest of the rookies. I think this is the final legend class, and then we'll move to actual real life rookies next year. So let's take a look at retirements really quick. We've got nobody really of note because remember I moved everybody down in age, so nobody that you would think would retire is going to retire just yet. Mock draft number 3, we've got Greg Hardy jumping up to number 1 in the draft. Interesting. Then we got Alex Smith, Mark Sanchez, Mo Wilkerson, Richard Seymour, Merlin Olsen, Willie McGinnis. Okay. DeBrickashaw's down there at 13. Chris Gamble. I'd like to get Chris Gamble. He's got speed. He's got catching ability. I'd like to get him. I'd like to also get possibly like Ty Law or Rodney Harrison. Maybe even a guy like Chris Spielman. They've got us taking Thomas Davis Sr., which not a bad thing. I don't know. Maybe we have to move up. Who knows? Who knows really what we're going to do? But we've got free agency now. Who's going to be in free agency? I have absolutely no clue who's going to be in free agency. I hate that this is glitched, that Darrelle Revis' upgrades are still here because he's got nothing. He can't be upgraded. So, free agency. Okay, we got some interesting ones. We got not really any quarterbacks, but that's okay because we don't need quarterbacks. And remember, the X factors are gone for players, but at the beginning of season number 3, they will be back. I'll go through in my off time, and I will give everybody back there, not just for my team, for every team, like I did last season. So don't worry about the X factors because everybody will have what they deserve. Brady is still the quarterback. We could possibly trade Brady for somebody new if we want to. CJ is still pretty good. I'm happy with having CJ at running back with Adrian Peterson. Obviously, I don't want to have the same guys forever, so maybe we think sometime to change players. Wide receivers are still pretty good. I don't think there's any room for anybody that's here. Tight ends, I could look to move Mercedes Lewis, but the free agent class is not that great at tight end. Offensive line is fine. Backup is good because there's nobody better. Center's good. Right guard is good because there's nobody better. Right tackle, Nate Solder could be a backup. He's 25. I wouldn't be mad at having Nate Solder as a backup. Especially because you know how offensive linemen get hurt all the time in Madden. So I wouldn't be mad at this. $50 million for a backup. If he doesn't accept it, that's cool, I guess. Nobody here on the left end spot. D tackle, Kawan Short. I mean, maybe, but we do have Ndamukong Suh and Peko. We don't really have a lot of depth at those positions. Cam Wake, Whitney Merciless, Michael Brockers. Justin Houston, we don't need anybody else. We have Shazier. We could use a backup middle linebacker. But do we go for Wesley Woodyard or do we go for Jamie Collins? Let's go for Jamie Collins. He's younger. He's same overall, I think. So that shouldn't be too hard to get him. I know he's got some offers against him. Oh, wow. We're 11th. The Packers are paying a ton of money for Jamie Collins. I didn't realize they were paying that much money for him. We're going to have to step it up. 54.6. That gets us in the ball game for him. Right outside linebacker. I mean, we could use a backup, but Van Noy, I don't really want. I like Van Noy. Corner, there's not really anybody that could even really start for us, so not really any reason to get anybody else. Free safety we're good at, and strong safety we're also good at, so we don't need anybody there. Justin Tucker is here. I would like to get Justin Tucker because he does have Superstar X Factor, although we do have Adam Vinatieri, so we don't need him. I forgot about that. I forgot we drafted Adam Vinatieri, so he's got clutch kicker, not clutch kicker, focus kicker, so we don't need him. Awesome. And then punter, I mean, I don't really care because we don't punt the football anyway. So that's fine. All right. So our negotiations are Jamie Collins and Nate Solder, paying about $100 million for both of them. There's not really a quarterback that I want. Nobody's going to replace, or nobody's going to get over Cam. Cam's a 94. RG3 wouldn't get over him. Carson Wentz certainly wouldn't get over him. So I think that's all we need to do. We don't need to sign anybody else. We can take a look at the combine results really quick. Greg Hardy. Let's take a look at some corners, because corner is probably where we're going to go in the draft. Night Train Lane. He's going to go top 5 probably. He ran a 4.4. He's got decent skills. Chris Gamble. He's super fast. We know this. He's got elite acceleration, elite agility. Wow. Chris Gamble is probably the guy. Chris Gamble is probably the guy we go for. Although Ty Law also looks really, really good. I think we might have to get a higher draft pick because these two guys, I mean, Ty Law might be there. Antoine Winfield Sr. could also be a solid player for us. Marginal change of direction. He ran 4.3 at the combine. I mean, if we don't get Chris Gamble, Antoine would certainly be a good fit, but Ty Law also looks really, really good. What about linebacker? Let's take a look at some linebackers. This is around the spot that we're going to be drafting. So it looks like there's some solid guys. Brian Arakpo is down here. How's he look? He's got pretty good stuff. Solid agility. Could be a good option for us. What about a guy like Ricky Jackson? How's Ricky Jackson looking? Okay. He's got elite strength. Let's move to left outside linebacker. Willie McGinnis is probably going to be gone. Lamar Woodley is our only other option because I'm not going to draft anybody that's not a legend. And Lamar Woodley looks really good. He's got elite speed, elite strength, elite jumping, good agility. Yeah, Lamar Woodley could be the option for us in the second round or late first round maybe. Defensive tackle, Vince Wilfork is really the only guy that I'm interested in, and he looks really good. He ran a 4.7. Let's go. Big Vince. Big Vince. 6'2", 325. I'd definitely go for Vince Wilfork. He's projected first, second round. He could still be there when we pick in the second round. I don't know. Greg Hardy and Seymour will not be there. Cliff Averill might be. What's Cliff looking like? He's got good physicals. He looks pretty decent, I guess. He's second, third round. Jack Youngblood could be there. Maybe not. He looks like he could be gone. He's got elite agility. Jack Youngblood looks really good, too. What about left end? We do need to get a pass rusher. That is for sure, because we have no depth at pass rusher. So we need to focus and look at somebody like an LC Greenwood. Maybe get this guy. I don't know. He looks good. Everybody looks good, though. I would like to get Jordan Gross. I think he's going to be really solid. Jordan Gross could be good. He could be the move. Although Phil Lodell is here as well. He's day 3. Wow. They don't value him at all. He also looks really good. All I know is we need to get some depth, because right now at the minute we don't have a whole lot of it. Tight end, we could use another tight end. I mean, we have 2 really good ones, but if Greg Olson's going to be projected to be in the first to second round, he's a late first round pick. Could be interesting. Wide receivers. Is there anybody late? Because we don't necessarily need a wide receiver, but is there anybody that's like down here? Terry Glenn, Troy Brown, Greg Jennings, Isaac Bruce, Ted Ginn. Yeah, there's some receivers down here. Certainly some receivers down here. Sidney Rice, Chris Carter. Yeah, second to third round could be an option for us. Fullback, we have Christian Okoye. All these fullbacks are projected day 3 anyway. Running back is an interesting one because it jumps from first to second round to third to fourth round. And there's some good ones in here. We definitely have... We probably should take a running back in this draft. Quarterback, I'm thinking either Terrell Pryor or Vince Young. Maybe Jamarcus Russell just for the memes. How's Jamarcus looking? He's got good physicals. His strength is elite. Jamarcus could be a stud for us. What about Vince Young? Elite acceleration, elite agility. Okay, Vince could be good for us. Terrell's the real interesting one. Elite acceleration, elite agility, elite jumping, elite speed, good throw power. He ran 4.42. Who ran the fastest 40 at the combine? Was it Vince? I just didn't notice. No, he ran 3rd. Was it Warren Moon? Did Warren Moon run faster? No, he ran 4. It wasn't Jamarcus, was it? No, he ran 7th. Who was the fastest combine quarterback? Was it a made-up guy? Was it this guy, Archer Saxton? No, he's super slow. Who the heck ran the fastest 40? It couldn't have been a guy like Fran Tarkenton, could it? No, he was 11th. It might have been one of these created guys, like a Bryce Roby. No, they're super slow. I don't know. Maybe Reggie James out of Hawaii? I don't know. Terrell Pryor ran the 2nd fastest. There's definitely some options for us. I'm not sure where we go. I know I want to get a corner. I definitely want to get a pass rusher, whether that be on the defense or offensive or defensive line or a linebacker. And I probably should get a quarterback and a running back. So there's 4 guys that we think we should take. It just depends on when we have draft picks. And where the mock drafts put everybody. We have our first round pick. It's late, but we have it. So we got rejected by Nate Solder, which is fine. But Jamie Collins accepted ours. So we get another outside linebacker. That's good. Love to see that, especially when we need it. Let's take a look at the mock draft. So nobody moves in the top 5. Breckishaw goes up. Upshaw drops down. Everybody's staying about the same. They've got us drafting Vince Wilfork now. I like that. That's somebody that I would be interested in taking. So that's good. College Pro Day results. We don't really necessarily need to look at everything. I think we've got kind of a good idea who we're going for. Let's just get to the draft. We signed the guy that we needed to sign. Kind of upset that we didn't get Nate Solder, but it's fine. We already have a good offensive line anyway, so it's not like we needed him. And just to show you, oh, well, why haven't you been upgraded? Oh, because it's this glitch. That's why. Not enough skill points to put in this bucket or whatever, so that's why he hasn't been upgrading. I wondered why he wasn't. I thought it was because he had 99s across the board, but he does not. He just doesn't have enough skill points to do the bucket thing. Let's go to corner. We have 3 private workouts that we can do. I'm gonna take Ty Law. I'm gonna take. Ooh, who do we take? Ty Law. We'll take Vince Wilfork. And we'll take Terrell Pryor, because I'm very curious about Terrell Pryor. Confirm. All right. Those are the 3 private workouts. Let's go to the draft. Well, we got to get through the next week. We got the final mock draft of the season. I don't expect much change. There's not usually a ton of change. Free agency recap that we can do really quick before we take a look at the final mock draft. All right, let's take a look at it. Free agency recap. League signings. Allstott heads to the Chiefs. Justin Tucker, football team. Mark Ingram, Giants. Matt Bryant, Ravens. David Johnson, also Ravens. Randall Cobb, Bears. Emmanuel Sanders, Steelers. Tavon Austin, Giants. Latavius Murray, Steelers. Andy Lee, Colts. Wesley Woodard, Seahawks. Will Lutz, Jets. Kawan Short, who I was interested in, went to the Titans. Austin Eckler, also the Ravens. Ravens pulling out a lot of money. Tevin Coleman, Giants. Mike Williams back to the Chargers. Nate Solder to the Saints. So the Saints outbid us. Or he just chose them more over us. Kyle Van Noy also to the Saints. Juszczyk to the Panthers. James White to the Texans. Cam Wake to the Jags. James Winston to the Eagles. That's interesting. RG3 to the Lions. Carson Wentz to the Colts. That's funny. All right, that's your big names for free agency in year number 2. Let's take a look at this final mock draft, see if anybody did move. I don't expect a lot of change. And it looks like LC moves up a little bit. Howie Long falls. Ty Law falls. Matt Light moves up a little. Vince and BJ Raji all move up. Okay, so just a little bit of change at the bottom half of the first round. Nothing crazy. It looks like the top 5 are all locked into place of who's going to get drafted where. Let's get to this draft and see what happens. Start the NFL draft.
It's the Bills now on the clock.
Let's pause it and let's go to the draft board. So if we take a look at our picks, we have the 28th. We have a first, a second, a third, a fourth, and 2 7s. So we don't have a lot of room, but we can make it work. Let's try and think. So Greg Hardy's probably going number 1 to the Bills. Where do we think the first guy that I want to take is going to go? So we're probably down here in this round. So Chris Gamble's already projected to be 20. I don't hate that. We've got 28. Okay, so we'll go. I think some of our guys are going to be there. Let's keep going a little bit. So number 1 pick is Greg Hardy out of Ole Miss.
What direction will they go?
He goes to Buffalo.
Okay, the Giants.
Alex Smith goes to
They're
Detroit.
on the clock.
Sanchez headed to the Giants.
And now on the clock,
Muhammad
it's
Wilkerson
the
go to the
Cardinals.
Patriots. Good pickup by them.
The
Richard
Broncos
Seymour to
are
the
on the clock
Cardinals.
now. And now
Merlin
return
Olsen to the
Bengals. It's their
Broncos.
selection.
Willie McGinnis, Bengals.
On the clock
Braylon
now,
Edwards,
it's the
Vikings.
Buccaneers.
DeBrickashaw goes to the Bucks.
All right,
Bart
on the
Starr
clock
to
now,
the Chargers.
Cowboys.
Gene Upshaw, Cowboys.
On the
Jack
clock now,
Youngblood to
it's
the Jags.
Packers, and time is
Randall
ticking.
McDaniel to the Packers.
Now the
LC
Seahawks are
Greenwood
on the
to the
clock.
Colts.
Who do they have their eye on?
Night Train Lane to the Seahawks.
Okay,
Chris
the
Gamble
Chiefs
to
are
the
on the
Lions.
clock now.
Okay, so now we're starting to get into territory where Guys that I wanted are getting picked. Ty Law's still there. Harrison's still there. Vince Wilfork is still there. There's still guys that I want that are there. I don't think we trade up. I think we just let it ride.
Okay,
Josh
here
Sitton,
we go. The Jets now on the clock.
Fred Bolitnikoff,
The
Howie
Titans
Long,
on the clock now. Let's see who they have.
John
their eye on.
Hanna,
All right,
Rodney
it's the
Harrison to
Browns
the
now
football
on the
team.
clock.
Ty Law to the Browns. That one hurts. That one hurts.
Okay,
But remember,
the Bears
Antoine
are on the
Winfield is
clock
there, and he
now.
looked really good too.
And now on the
Matt
clock,
Light,
it's
Mike
the Raiders.
Munchak, Stephen Tulloch,
And the Steelers are on
Fairley,
the clock now. Let's see what
and
direction
Vince
they
goes
go.
pick before us. Okay, okay. Vince Wilfork went the pick before us. That's totally fine. We still have Antoine Winfield at corner. He's projected second to third round, so we could pick him up with our next pick in the second round. I hope he's still there. That's going to be tough. That's a stretch. Who do we pick with our first pick, though? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who we take. It's pretty tricky. We don't need a wide receiver this high up. Do we take a Thomas Davis maybe? Or a BJ Raji? Those guys could be pretty interesting. I mean, he's got good stats, BJ Raji does. And we do need depth at that position. Teddy Bruschi's also here. Is Bruschi fast? 4'6". I don't know what to do. Spielman? Do we take Spiels? Spiels looks good. Spiels looks better than Bruschi does. I think we'll take, yeah, let's take Spiels. Take Spiels in the first round.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
He looks pretty good. Let's skip ahead in the draft now to our. Let's keep going. See how many picks, how many people get picked. So we got Darren Sproles next. He's going to the Eagles.
On the clock
Ray
now, it's
Nitschke to the
Texans. Time is
Dolphins.
ticking.
Ronnie Brown to the Texans.
The Bills
Jordy
are
Nelson
now
to
on
the
the
Dolphins.
clock.
Teddy Bruschi to the Bills. That's funny.
All right, now
Brandon
on the clock,
Browner to the
Giants.
Rams. Lamar Woodley to the Giants. Lamar Woodley looked really
All
good.
right, now it's the Cardinals.
Ooh, Greg Olsen to the
They're up.
Patriots. That's a good pickup. We have the final pick in the second round. And I don't know if we should trade up or not. I don't think we should. I think there's going to be somebody here for us as we get later on in the draft. But there's always that possibility that we could trade up.
The Broncos
I don't know what
are
we
on
would
the
trade
clock
up
now.
to use, but
The
Bernie
Bengals are on
Kosar,
the
Donald
clock now.
Driver,
The Vikings
Thomas
are on the
Davis
clock
Sr.,
now. What direction will
BJ
they go?
Raji,
The
Mike
Chargers now on the
Haynes,
clock.
Gary Zimmerman,
All right, the
Dave
Jaguars
Casper,
are now on the clock.
John Beeson,
The Colts are now
Jake
on the clock.
Delhomme, or Jake Delhomme, if you want to pronounce it correctly.
The Seahawks
Glover
are on the
Quinn,
clock
that's
now.
an interesting one. Art Monk. Now we're getting into the middle part of the second round. Still some decent receivers left. Some good outside linebackers. Antoine Winfield's still here, and I think that might be our pick. We do have the 32nd pick in the third round, too. I'm not sure what I want to do. We need to get another good corner, and I think it might be Antoine Winfield. He does look very good. If we take a look at his stat, I mean, he's the fastest corner we have in the draft. His skills, he's got good tackling, good man in zone. I mean, Antoine Winfield looks like a stud of a player. We'd just be drafting Ohio State players at this point because I took Chris Spielman in the first one. Trust me, I'm not trying to just draft Ohio State players.
The Chiefs are
Roy
up now.
Williams,
Let's see what direction they go.
Sterling Sharp,
The Ravens
Jordan
are
Gross.
up
I was
now.
hoping he'd
Let's see
fall a
what
little bit
direction they
further,
go.
but that's okay. Ricky Jackson,
Okay, here
Forrest
we go.
Gregg,
Washington now
Rob
on the clock.
Ninkovich,
The
Torrey
Falcons are
Holtz.
now on the clock.
Oh, Antoine went? Wow, Antoine went to the Falcons at 24 or 23. That's crazy.
The Raiders
They really
now on the
dropped down
clock.
to get him because he was projected to go late second, early third. I mean, I guess technically that is late second, but I didn't think he'd go. There's a lot of wide receivers left on the board, and we're coming up to our pick.
All right,
Cliff
it's the Steelers
Averill,
now on the clock.
Gerard Mayo. Of course, nobody's
And
taking the wide
Eagles on the
receivers.
clock now. Let's see what
Joey
direction they go.
Porter,
Okay, the
Brian
Texans up now.
Arakpo.
They're on the clock.
Terry Glenn, and now we are up. Make our selection. So we got Braxton Miller, Greg Jennings, Troy Brown, Michael Bennett, Isaac Bruce, Ted Ginn, Terrell Pryor, Jonathan Vilma, Rod Woodson, Lawrence Timmons, Santonio Holmes, Kevin Williams. All these guys are good. They're all going to be really good players. It's just a matter of what we need. What do we need? Is there any right guards left? Because we do need a right guard. Or a better right guard. No, there's nobody. What about left guard that we can move over? No. All the tackles are gone. The centers are still here, which is a good thing. We could pick up a center. And Phil Lodehold is here. I definitely want to get him. Okay. There's some good D tackles left. I'm not sure if I want to spend a second-round pick on one of them just yet. Lawrence Timmons and Jonathan Vilma are the only middle linebackers, but we don't need a middle linebacker because we took Chris Spielman. Chad Greenway's still here. Corner, all the good corners are gone, so we won't get a corner. But Rod Woodson's still here. We could just move him to corner if we had to. Quarterback is... there's still some decent quarterbacks left. Running back, some good running backs left. All the fullbacks are left. Still some really, really talented wide receivers. No tight ends. Okay, what do we do here? We have a second-round pick. Do we take a wide receiver like a Troy Brown or a Greg Jennings? Or do we wait, or an Isaac Bruce? What's Isaac Bruce looking like? Is he looking good? He suffers from concentration drops, exceptional body control, fights for every single yard, or every single inch. So he drops the ball a lot. We don't really know much about him. We didn't scout him that well. What about Troy Brown? He also suffers from drops, but he's got A catching. He's elite and good in everything. What was Isaac Bruce? Was he elite and good? He was great in a lot of stuff. Solid in jumping. He's got great speed, elite strength. He's 6 foot. He's the tallest wide receiver except for Braxton in the top half. I mean, obviously we could take a guy like Terrell Pryor and turn him into a wide receiver because that's what he was best at in the NFL. I think I'm going to take... I mean, Chris Carter's also here. And we know he's going to be good at catching. I kind of want to take Isaac Bruce. Let's take Isaac Bruce. I want to take him. Select Isaac Bruce. He's got hidden development as well, just like Spielman did. Acceleration, 93. 92 agility. 91 change and direct. 93 speed. Okay, he's going to be a really good wide receiver for us. I'm happy with that one. Now we got to go to our next pick. Rod Woodson goes. Jonathan Vilma. Michael Bennett,
and now on the
Greg
clock,
Jennings to the Patriots. Patriots building up a nice wide receiver, or a nice offense there.
The Bengals now
Terrell
on
Pryor
the
goes to the Broncos.
Albert
Hainsworth Bengals. Chad Greenway to the Vikings. That's funny. Jim Plunkett to the Bucks. Pat Williams to the Chargers. Ted Ginn to the Cowboys. Kevin Mulvey to the Jags. Kevin Williams to the Packers. Theo Riddick.
It's the
Warren
Lions now on the
Moon.
clock.
Brian Westbrook.
The Jets now
Jamarcus
on the
Russell
clock.
to the
Let's see what they
Chiefs.
do.
Brandon Jacobs.
On the clock
Troy
now,
Brown.
it's the Titans.
Braxton to the Titans,
All
Chris
right, it's
Carter
the
to the
Browns now
football
on the
team,
clock.
Fred Taylor Browns,
On the clock
Keith
now,
Byers
the
Falcons,
Bears.
Nick Mangold to the Bears. I'm
All
hoping
right,
some of
on
these
the clock now,
centers
the Saints.
stay around. Vince Young to the Raiders,
And the Steelers
Steven
on the
Jackson
clock
to the
now.
Saints,
Let's see what direction
Brant
they go.
Tarkenton,
Now we turn to the Eagles.
Antonio
They're on the clock.
Holmes.
Now
Ken
the Dolphins are on the
Stabler.
clock. Who do they have their
Let's
eye
check
on?
the centers really quick. Is there any center? Jim Otto. Okay, there's still 3 good centers left. that we could choose from, because I definitely want to take one. We can obviously move one to guard if we need to.
All right,
Jim
now on
Otto
the clock,
goes,
the Texans. The
and Bruce
49ers
Matthews
now
goes.
on
So
the clock.
they just made our decision very easy on who we're going to take. Our next pick is in the 4th round. So they just made it super easy on who we're going to take. We're going to take Marquise Pouncey. I was going to take any one of those 3 centers. He looks pretty good. His skills, good awareness, good impact blocking. Yeah, Marquise Pouncey could play center for us, or could play guard for us if we need to. He's got 88 strength. His speed's not really that good, but his agility is really good, which is what we could use for a guard. So Marquise Pouncey also with hidden development. I mean, all these legends are going to have hidden development. So we've gotten 3 solid players.
On the clock now.
John Kuhn goes first fullback off the board. Marcus Allen.
All right,
James
next up,
Devlin
the
going to
Patriots
the
are on the
Giants.
clock.
Peyton Hillis to the Patriots. I wish they would have drafted James Devlin, but they get Peyton
Now
Hillis.
the
Doug
Broncos
Baldwin
are
to
on
the
the
Cardinals.
Who do they have their
Curtis
eye on?
Martin.
Okay,
Sidney
here we go.
Rice.
The Vikings on
Darren
the clock now.
McFadden.
Okay, the Chargers
Mitch
up
Bush.
now. They're on
Now
the
we're
clock.
starting to get into the guys that don't exist.
Okay, the
Dante
Jaguars
Culpepper.
are now on the clock.
Virgil Ellerby.
All right, next
Icky
up,
Woods.
the Colts are on the clock.
Sam Bradford.
Okay, it's the
D'Angelo
Lions
Williams.
now
How
on the
many
clock.
people are still left? So we got the kickers and the punters. We got Archie Griffin, Trent Richardson, Bernard Robinson, Eddie Lacy. And that looks to be about it. DeAndre Jordan. Not somebody that I made. That looks to be it. So it's just a couple running backs and some other players. So I don't know if we even need to draft anybody else.
All right, the Chiefs are now on the clock.
Edward
And
Dixon,
now we turn
Perry
to the Jets.
Randolph,
It's their selection.
Darren Allen,
On the clock
Trent
now,
Richardson
it's
to the
Falcons.
Ravens. Phil Loadold. I forgot about him. Okay.
Okay,
That's all right.
the Browns
That's all
on the
right.
clock now.
That would have been my pick.
And now on the clock,
That would have been my
it's
pick.
the
Let's just take a
49ers.
quick look. So we got quarterbacks. All the quarterbacks are gone that I made. The running backs are just Eddie Lacy and Denard Robinson, I'm pretty sure. Fullbacks are gone. Wide receivers are all gone. Tight ends are all gone. Offensive line is all gone. We took the last center. Yeah. Pass rushers are all gone. Tackles are all gone. Left outside linebacker, middle linebacker, right outside linebacker. Yep, everybody is gone. It's just normal created players. The kickers are here, but we have Adam Vinatieri, so we don't need a kicker. So I think we just trade this pick because I don't really need Denard Robinson or Eddie Lacy. I know he's got decent speed. Yeah, he's got elite acceleration, elite agility, elite change of direction, elite speed. He ran the fastest 40 time for a running back. But I don't think we need Denard Robinson. So we're going to trade these picks, the rest of them. And I will see you guys. Actually, let's trade this last one since it's a 4th rounder. The other ones are 7s, so you guys don't really care what I get for them. I'm probably just going to get 7s back for them. So nobody wants to give me a 3rd, but I can get a 4th back, so that's good. I might as well just take the Cowboys 4 and 7. So
Well, hold on a second.
there we
now.
go. We got an
It
extra
appears a
4th and an
different
extra
team is
7.
filling out a
I'll
card
see you
right
guys
now.
at the draft
And that
recap
can
to
mean only
show you
one
guys all the
thing, people.
overalls and stuff.
They
So
just traded
see you guys
the
then.
pick.
All right, so here are the draft recap for us. We only had 3 picks. Well, we only used 3 picks. We got 84 overall Chris Spielman, 82 overall Isaac Bruce, and 86 overall Marquise Pouncey. Now remember, these ratings may seem a little bit high, but you got to remember that in the world of all these legends, you got to make the rookies comparable so that they have a chance to start. You can't have an 81 overall rookie be your highest rated player in the draft class. The draft class isn't going to do anything ever. So, and especially since these guys are legends. So it's comparable to what the roster is. So it's the same. So like if you had an 81 as your highest player in a normal draft with normal rosters, let's just say that a 95 would be comparable to that. So you guys get the drift. So the highest player in the draft was Merlin Olsen. He got picked 6th. Then Ray Nitschke, Jack Youngblood, Jim Otto, Kevin I wish we would have got one of these 2 guys. We were so close, but so close to getting Jim Otto. He got picked literally 2 picks before us. So he's gone. Bruce Matthews got picked as well. He got picked the pick before us. We got the lesser of the 3 centers left, but I think Marquise Pouncey will be pretty good for us. Richard Seymour's a 91 overall. Ricky Jackson got picked in the second round. He's a 91 overall. We didn't get super... Phil Lodol was a 90, man. I wanted him so bad, but he just got picked a couple picks before us. We didn't get lucky with the huge overalls, but I think we did very, very well. If I can find my team. There we go. I think we did very, very well. 86 Pouncey, 84 Chris Spielman, 82 Isaac Bruce. I think we did good enough. We should be good to go. So now that you guys know some of the ratings, we can advance to the preseason week number 1, and that's going to do it for the video. We will have, I'll put out the preseason video of me just rambling to myself and trying to get this roster back to 53 men. Maybe making some trades along the way like we did last year, bringing in Ryan Shazier, and we brought in Cam Chancellor as well. So maybe I'll do that again. Hopefully, bring in some new talent so you guys can get some fresh faces. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and the subscription as well. Join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.